A girl contacted me from Germany. She claimed she brought me this incredible story. The girl contacted me from Germany and said this. She said, Luko, that Edo was originally Igodomigodo, a kingdom called Igodomigodo. She gave me this ancient history of the Edo people. She said there's this Igodomigodo, and that these Igodomigodo people were infiltrated by the Yorubas. She said that they infiltrated the Yorubas. The Yorubas infiltrated them, sorry. So the Yorubas infiltrated these Igodomigodo people and interfered with the royal line. When they interfered with the royal line, they now created a bastard line that became the line of the present Obas of Benin. She said that the bastard line of the present Obas of Benin now became a sellout. So they bow to the Oduduwa kingdom. They became a sellout. They bow to the Oduduwa kingdom. That is why when the Oba of Benin dies, they cut off his head and take his head to the Oduduwa side, the Ile-Ife, and bronze it. They use metal and bronze it. Now, we've heard this very strange story of bronze heads appearing in London. When she gave me this story, my spirit left me because we know that there are bronze heads in London, in the museums. She said those bronze heads, Mazi Chukwueka Chizorom is said they were known as Ado, not Edo. So these are the Ado people. Part of these Ado people have a very strong connection to Onitsha. So part of these Ado people have this strong connection to Onitsha. Part of these Ado people have this strong connection to the original Benin people. But there was an infiltration by Oduduwa into the royal bloodline. This infiltration into the royal bloodline led to a very, very serious kind of usurpation. They call it usurpation. That's the English language use of the throne. Like I said, when the Oba of Benin died, they took his head away. The Yoruba people came and took his head away. Now, fast forward into the modern times. In the modern times, Yoruba now infiltrated Edo to the point that 95% of Edo are Yoruba people. Edo is all, Yoruba people are all over Edo, but they are not the original inhabitants of Edo. The Igodomigodo people are the original inhabitants of Edo, and they don't want to have anything to do with this Yoruba clique. Okay. Now, here's the part that makes this story more interesting. The Oba of Benin, as a bastardized line of the Igodomigodo, is the one going about selling out the girls of Edo to slave trade overseas. So this girl told me this incredibly. She said this girl says she was sold to into the sex trafficking crowd overseas. Okay, so the sex trafficking crowd overseas, they sold out by the Oba of Benin, and he takes money. They say the Oba of Benin, when they have quotas for the original Igodomigodo people or something in jobs, he will say, give me the money and let Yoruba take the quotas. Okay, so there's this story of the Ado people, the Igodomigodo people, who are totally enslaved. They say this has a lot to do with the sex trafficking, the slavery in Libya, the scattering of the young people of Edo and these women outside the country. She told me this story and I was paralyzed. I was paralyzed on my seat listening to the story. And she said that if things were right, they shouldn't have been here, sleeping on mattresses in Italy. If things were right, they shouldn't have been here suffering. If things were right and the Oba of Benin really was on their side, but that the Oba of Benin has betrayed them, and that countless people have died, countless people have been destroyed, all kinds of things have happened. That the tradition of more than 200 men being buried with the Oba of Benin in the ancient times came from Ile-Ife. It didn't come from the original Edo people and that Delta region. The Ile-Ife people made it a kind of a like imposition on them. If Oba die, 200 or more men must be buried. In fact, that the incursion of the Oduduwa people into that region decimated the men. That is why Oba was able to have 300 wives. People married multiple wives because the men were being wiped out in this Oduduwa incursion. I'm going to open up. Now, whether this story is true or not, this lady was weeping on the line. She's in Germany. She's weeping and saying that it is a history that is being suppressed, that it is a lie, that there are people in Edo who want to be part of Biafra, and that the people who come up to talk on behalf of Biafra are the Yoruba bastards that have infiltrated the system from ancient times, but that the IGODOMIGODOS want to be part of Biafra. Now, look at this guy, Jaffa, George Ibekwe, says that Kanu has already said there are parts of Edo that are Biafrans. You will see people come here and say that Edo has sworn that they will never be Biafra. They say there's a Yoruba sector of Edo that is the ones doing this swearing. Can I go deeper? Okay. We now know that in the 1966 coup, the revelation has now come out. Only Nziogu was involved. The rest were Yorubas who betrayed him. We're beginning to hear the truth that the Yorubas were involved in the betrayal, the heavy betrayal of the Igbo sector of Nigeria is the Yorubas, not really the Hausa Fulanis. The Hausa Fulanis used Yorubas to do it. The idea of this story that you hear, they say, don't allow an Igbo man to be president. Don't allow an Igbo man to ever climb. Don't allow an Igbo man to ever make it. It comes from the Yorubas. Same in this story of the Edo people, of the Oduduwa infiltration into the state. And then you see a place that is truly a true sector of Biafra now saying it doesn't want to be part of Biafra. But the truth of the matter is it's an infiltration. It is not really the true Edo people talking. Is Edo Biafra, based on the history I've told you, this ancient history, that Oduduwa thing that people think is so strong. Because someone came up here and said, God forbid, forever and ever, we shall never bring Edo, because Edo is Yoruba. But I'm telling you, the Yoruba, that's not their original land. It's an infiltration that created a bastard line. Go and do your research on the IGODOMIGODOS people.